Namaste, angels. Thank you for joining, liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, trusting me with your private, personal readings, your energy healing, that of members of your family, your pets, and just, being open to me taking a peek into some of the most intimate situations in your life and maybe shedding light on them for you, maybe even telling you about them. You had no idea that there's certain things are going on, and you trust me to discover them and inform you about them. I really, really appreciate it. I'm just wanting to take every opportunity that I have to thank everyone. I don't know what's going to go on with the channel or with YouTube in general. Effective December 10th, they're implementing some policy changes that they put in, so they could be like cutting people's channels, or maybe even cutting back even more. You'll see me even less in the feed, or those of you, the few of you who get your notifications, maybe you'll cease to get them. I don't know. I mean, it's not looking good in general. Not specific to me, but in general, these changes that YouTube is implementing. So I just want everybody to know how I feel about my supporters. So I'm like a week late with the bi-weeklies, and I was just gonna come in and do like the second week and then get caught up and back on track, following that with like a bi-weekly. And then I said, you know what, it's December 1st. Let's just do the bi-weeklies now. We'll forget about that week that's gone. And let's just do bi-weeklies from today. So that's what I'm doing. And I also, further to that, decided to start with the earth element, beginning with Taurus. And so now you're the second one that I'm doing, Virgo. And then I'm going to do Capricorn after you, because the earth signs give me the most support on these readings. So I'm giving you guys your readings first. Virgo, okay. Y'all and this damn devil, I tell you. It has shown up every reading that I've done for you, but I like how it keeps moving further and further away from your energy. So first it was right here. The first reading, the bi-weekly I did for you guys, it was right here, like in the energy that most represented you. Right here, right here. One of these, it was like really, really close to you. And then it showed up in the same exact placement the following bi-weekly, but upside down. So that was good. Now he's like all the way over here now, and you don't even have any major arcana energy that's in your immediate spread, which is good. You know why? Because major arcana energy, for me, the way that I read it, it represents energy over which we have no control. We always have control over us, right? How we react to a situation, how we act in the first place, right? Our behaviors, and how we react to other things around us over which we have no control. That's what we have control over, us, right? All the time. So all of this energy here, you can change, you can manipulate, you can get to work, for you best. This energy here with the devil, there's going to be some stuff around you, some karmic energy, some around you that you cannot control. So this is about you navigating it as best you can. So that's what I mean by I like him moving further and further away from you. Maybe next month or 2 weeks from now, he won't even be in your spread. Right. So, of course, major arcana card devil represents fellow earth sign Capricorn. That's another potential reason why he's here. Actually, Venus, you have the Queen of Swords here in your position of love. Venus, the ruler of 2 air signs, Libra and Gemini, as well as your fellow earth sign Taurus, just recently moved into Capricorn, or moves into Capricorn this week. I talked about that in the general reading. But I think that this is showing up mostly because of fear of moving on, fear of the next stage in your life. And for most of you, it either has to do with like work and finance or love. And further to that, I already thought that, but now that I've picked this up to see that underneath it is also upright, the 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands for me, if it's not about internal conflict, then it's about conflict, the negative way, the negative aspects of it. If it's not about internal conflict, it's about conflict with close friends and or family, including our romantic interests and or mate. And, or like, the other parent of our child, or, like an ex or something like that, definitely could be representative of with whom we have conflict with the Five of Wands. Or it's like conflict and or competition at work. And there definitely seems that you could have some of that going on too with the Six of Wands in reverse here in the position of work and finance. So we'll get to that in a second. I just wanted to start with the devil and a reminder that, first of all, it's not nearly as scary as he may look to some. Some people don't even like the look of this card. Because again, what we can control is how we act and how we react. And so when this energy shows up, we don't have to react by allowing it to take us into a place of fear, or where we forget that we have options, that we are not bound. We can, choose to leave a job or leave a relationship if that's what, we decide we need to do. This Queen of Swords is supposed to be in reverse. So let that take us right into the card that's most representing you guys, or in the placement, it's most directly connected to self in this little spread that I've designed. And that is the Eight of Swords. So similar to that devil, the Eight of Swords is one of these cards of like false imprisonment. You see this woman, there are swords around her. There's none in front of her though. She could easily just take a few steps forward. And these bindings tied around her, they're very loose. She could probably wiggle right out of those, take her arms out, then pull this thing off of her face and walk away. So whereas it may appear to her in this moment, when she's not thinking right, that she's bound and she's stuck, she's trapped, she really, in fact, is not at all, right? She could very easily get out of this situation. The same goes for you guys. You may be feeling like you're stuck in a situation, and I think it has to do again with fear of moving forward into your future. Because in this deck you have an overall energy of the Four of Spring, the Four of Wands. So this is positivity. This is good energy that's surrounding you. And it is an overall energy for you. It's time to kick back, to relax, and to celebrate all that you have. Joy arises from success in your career, the completion of a project, or a very happy home life. Four of Spring or Wands can also be about signing contracts, entering commitments, including romantic ones, engagement, even marriage, higher institutions, you're going to school, like just, you're living your life, you're enjoying your life, you're remodeling your home, or moving, getting a new home, or moving, just things, the possibilities like endless for you, but for your own fear, again, is what I'm seeing and feeling here. So with this Eight of Swords, in every aspect, so as it relates to like the people that are surrounding you, maybe with the people and things surrounding you, your closest friends, family members, maybe even co-workers, you can get out of situations or that you feel stuck in with them, right? You can walk away from friendships, or you can decide to repair them, heal them, if there's an interest on both sides to do that. You're capable of that. You can look for a new job if you're unhappy at your job, or you think that they're unhappy with you, or the feeling's mutual, you both want out. You can look for a new job. You're not stuck at your new job. You want a relationship, and the Queen of Swords and the Eight of Swords, these two cards together, this could be like staying in a relationship just for the sake of being in a relationship, like it's better than being single. Not true. It would be a relationship that's unhappy for you. So it's not better than nothing, even though that may be what you've convinced yourself, again, because of fear of moving toward this. Like there's a possibility for this, for just happiness and just not a relationship that hurts you, right? Not a job that makes you feel like you don't want to get up in the morning and go there again, but for things that make you smile, things that make your heart and your soul feel good. All of that is awaiting you. And that can be scary. That can be scary, especially coming out of a time where, we're just gotten very accustomed to things not going our way, right? For you guys, again, you've been surrounded in the past by this devil energy. You had been feeling stuck and stuff, and like you weren't good enough. And so, this emergence that you guys have been doing, and I'm still very proud of you. I'm progressively prouder every time I come back and do one of these, because again, the growth is evident in the cards. It's like you're almost there, almost to the finish line. Don't look toward the finish line, panic, and like fall. Like when you're in the when you're watching a horror movie and the people are about to get away and they're just out of range of the crazy deranged killer, and that's when they decide to like look back and then fall and lay there and can't get up, and then they get they're in trouble. There's no need to do that. There's no need to do that. Keep your eyes on the prize, keep focused ahead, and keep running. Keep running past that finish line, past that goal. You got to put a card here in your position of work and finance. It is in reverse, but it's the Six of Wands. So this is another card that is representative of victory and crossing that finish line and doing great things. And people like cheering you on and celebrating you because you deserve that honor. You've come a long way and you deserve celebration, Virgo. And that's why this is showing up here for you. In the position of work and finance, it calls for you to be super optimistic and positive about what lies ahead for you in your career, in your job, in the money that's coming to you that you've been waiting for. Maybe that's what's been holding you back before. You felt physically stuck because you felt broke. I'm saying you felt broke because we never really are broke. And if we believe we are broke, then we won't manifest abundance, right? So it's like you never really are. You felt that way. You needed to change your perspective and your feeling in order to manifest it. And now you're doing that. So now you're bringing these finances and things towards you. Finally, this Knight of Pentacles showing up in this placement surrounding you means finally it's coming in. If you haven't seen it yet, then you very shortly will. I say likely in this 2 weeks, or at least something gets initiated in the 2 weeks. So maybe again, like if you've applied for a new job, maybe you'll get that news in this 2 weeks. Maybe you won't start the job now, but you'll get it now. If somebody maybe had because the Queen of Swords in reverse can be about like data and things being wrong or mistakes happening that affect your finances and stuff like that. Maybe somebody, their unemployment paper, you got denied or something else like that, and it's like that can finally be corrected. So like watch your bills and your statements. I actually had to tell Taurus this too because they had the Queen of Swords in reverse too in this position. I think she wasn't here. In any case, she showed up for their reading, and she can mean that as it relates to finances and stuff. So you got this news here that's good, but with the Queen of Swords in reverse, pay close attention to the details and make sure that you catch anything that is supposed to be coming toward you that is that you're due. And if you get something that says, oh, you're not due, we found that you're ineligible, I think it's something that you can correct, something that you can go back and appeal and fight because it's wrong. The information is wrong. So you make sure that you pay attention and you fix these things. But I was talking about the Six of Wands in reverse, and I got like sidelines and off track. So again, you should be positive, especially if you got resumes out there, you're looking for a job, or if you're at a company, you already have a job, you're working it, and you should feel optimistic. You should feel positive about the fact that you're doing a good job and that your work is appreciated and valued and everyone loves you, except there may be one MF, one that for no reason, no valid reason, just don't like you. It's just working against you. There's competition. Maybe they want to steal your work, take credit for your work, fuck up your work, cause you not to get a raise, not to get a promotion, not to get a bonus, or they want to take yours. Again, they get the award, they get the credit. There's one motherfucker. Okay, it came out. I tried to be good before and just say MF, but there's one. One rotten apple in the bunch. I don't know what the reason is. No good reason is what I'm saying. They're dishonest. They're working against you. Something is not right. And having conflict at work doesn't look good for you either, though. So that's part of the problem. The way to get out of this, so you might not see a way out. Like, I don't know what to do because it's at my job, so I can't act up. I can't pop off. But what do I do about this person? Kill them with kindness. Kill them with kindness. If you're looking for work also, something that you're being fed, some information you're getting may not be right. And again, that can be coming through because the Queen of Swords is in reverse. And she can be representative of obstacles too. So just like something's popping up and getting in the way of what you're trying to accomplish. So you can't believe everything you hear. Listen to your intuition, listen to your heart. But even in those cases, the job search is likely to be not only successful, but in more quickly than you would have expected. Probably for you. You're probably used to having to wait, and the slow and steady wins the race. Energy is your energy. It's the earth, and it's the earth element. The Knight of Pentacles can often represent, okay, something's coming, but it's going to take a while. You got to be patient because, he's very methodical and he moves it. He's very paced, but showing up in this position like that, it does mean, again, like finally, it's like that song. There was a song, finally it has happened to me. That's what, the Knight of Swords the Knight of Pentacles rather means in this reading. It means finally it has happened to you. So in terms of work, you want to remain you. Okay, you want to remain dependable, committed. People know they can count on you. You're practical. You make sense. You got a lot of common sense and stuff. And if you're looking for a job and if you have an interview, same thing like that. You want them to know that they can count on you. You're going to show up on time. You're going to work, your full amount of hours. And, you're going to be their greatest commodity. They can absolutely trust you and things are going to work. So let's move on to your love. Before I get stuck on this person at work. Because now it got me twisted now. So I kind of like unwind again. Let's move into love. Let's segue into love so I can change my energy too, because they piss me off. That person at the job, or if you have your own gig like this, for example, you work from home or something like that. There's still somebody that is attempting to be an obstacle, that is a hater, that is projecting negative energy. It's just it's just this one jerk. All right, so in love, when the Queen of Swords shows up in reverse, first of all, something could have gone down between the two of you, or may go down over this 2 weeks. Your love interest or the person that you're already in a relationship with. And you're not going to remember it the same way. This card showed up in this exact same position for the love reading for the collective this week. And, I'm very Queen of Swords in this way. I'm always saying don't try to change the story. I was there. I say that to people all the time because I remember the details, or at least I think I do. Remember the details exactly as they were. But then they say there's three sides to every story, right? His side, her side, and the truth. And so if this is something that you want to work out with somebody, then you are going to need to really communicate, sit down, have a real honest heart-to-heart talk, and listen to each other's perspective, and then try to find the truth in the middle. But again, with the Queen of Swords showing up there in reverse, particularly crossing the Eight of Swords upright, you may be in a relationship that you don't need to be in, period. And you should let that go, because again, in the future, or what awaits you is something far, far better. Maybe a fellow earth sign, even maybe a Capricorn or a Taurus, maybe another Virgo. And you could have a really, really good relationship. Again, this could be what awaits you. If it's not one of those signs, somebody who is of those means, maybe they have it heavy in their chart for whatever reason, they have these traits and attributes of, somebody that's really grounded, like an earth sign, like yourself, as opposed to somebody that's flipped upside down, like this. This also may be like an outsider, an intruder that's getting in the way of your situation. Maybe an older woman even. I'd say no younger than 35, like 35 and up, maybe even older than that. Perhaps dark-haired, dark-eyed, maybe somebody's mother. Butting in, getting in the way, and causing an issue. If you're single, you're looking for love, you're meeting people, whatever. Similarly, you got to listen and pay attention to people's perspectives and thoughts and stuff too. And don't try to dominate situations, and don't be presumptuous or assume anything. Definitely, if you have questions, ask them. And I want to clarify a little bit further. That's actually why I pulled this deck out, your love card. I'm going to pull 3 additional cards from that deck to further clarify the love. Actually, let's move these out of the way. That's what I did with Taurus. I sort of kept this one like front and center there. I'm going to take these. I normally don't shuffle on these readings anymore in the interest of time, but I'm going to shuffle a little bit. So we're going from fire to more fire energy. And also we had the wands there. So there could be a fire sign involved as well. And or these could be like the fire planets who are, causing you to be surrounded by these particular energies. For example, this Queen of Spring could be representative of Jupiter, right? The god and planet of karma, of luck, of growth, expansion, wants to help you further yourself, wants to help you into your future. A bunch of stuff lying there ahead of you, awaiting you. But Virgo, if you're afraid, you're not moving forward and you're not grabbing it. So that could be why this Queen of Spring is showing up. It could be Mars, the planet of action and aggression, saying it's time for you to take action. It's time for you to be aggressive and to pursue your goals, your dreams, your loves. That those things about whom and what you are passionate, and go get them. The Queen of Spring is talented, brilliant, independent, and charming. Also a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes if it's not, Mars himself, the red planet, or, Big Daddy Jupiter. Don't underestimate your ability to manifest your dreams. You may have several priorities vying for your attention at once, but you can do it. I'm just saying this because there were no court cards prior to that one, but you do have several wands in your reading. The 5 of Wands, the 6 of Wands, the 4 of Wands. So there could be a fire element energy there involved too. 4 of Winter says we need to take a break, need to fall back, need to pull away from something, need to meditate, need to figure out what we want to do. What are our next steps? We got a decision to make. Maybe we should even take a vacation, some time off work. All of these things. Thoroughly think things through before making a decision. Continuing to overanalyze isn't going to get you any closer to a resolution, but meditation and prayer will bring you the answers that you seek. Now it's the King of Spring. So again, for a bunch of us, these worries are about love. Love and relationship. We've now seen both the King and the Queen of the same suit. The suit of wands or fire. The King of Spring is inspiring, dramatic, ambitious, and wise. Now's your moment to step up into a leadership role. Don't back away from the spotlight, as your plans will be successful as long as you stay focused upon the big picture. The King and Queen of Spring or wands are also the quintessential divine masculine and feminine of the tarot. So for some of you, this is also representative of not just a relationship or potential relationship, but a soul mate relationship. Perhaps even a divine union, a twin flame relationship, if you will. King of Spring and the Queen's back. All right, on that note, that's the last time I'm going to shuffle the cards. I'm going to cut after this. Again, the Queen of Spring, she reminds us to be confident and bold and go for what we want. Here's the 2 of them together. After that, I like to cut into 6. And that brings us to the Princess of Summer, opportunity for new love. So what if, for example, this Devil and the 8 of Swords and the Queen of Swords in reverse were showing up representative of a relationship that you're staying in that sucks, that you need to get the heck out of because something so beautiful, like a soulmate relationship, a genuine soulmate relationship, maybe even, your forever life partner from here on out, is waiting. Is waiting. And why do I say that now? Because now we also have the Princess of Summer or the Page of Cups joining us. The Princess of Summer is sensitive, kind, open-hearted, and inexperienced. Maybe even a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Pages bring news. This one brings news that makes you smile, makes your heart feel good, right? Your heart smile, your lips smile, your soul feels happy. It's good news. Whether, it shows up in any area of your life. Your again, work and finances, good news about that. Love life, good news about that. Could even be an actual offer, like somebody asking you out on a date or something like that. You can expect to kindle a new romantic relationship or a close platonic friendship. You may suddenly receive an emotional message from someone or be invited to a social event. After shuffling a couple more seconds in my hand, the overall energy is the 5 of Winter. Your current path isn't leading you toward the happiest possible outcome, so why not change it? Always maintain integrity and compassion, but be alert to the hidden agendas of others. So here's this Queen of Swords in reverse. And I've been calling this little section of clarification. What are we going to do with this love? I'm going to pull the next 3 upright cards to clarify this Queen of Swords. There's 1, there's 2, oh, there's 3. Very nice. They're very convenient for the sign before you, the Taurus. I had to keep going and going. Like they were all upside down. It was hilarious. All right, so you got 3 out of the gate. What are we going to do about this Queen of Swords in reverse? This is, all right, party of 3. Again, maybe very well involving not only you, an earth sign, but a fire sign as well. And I'm going to say also air, but this air could be you too, with Virgos being ruled by Mercury. That could be why all the air is showing up as well. 3 of Autumn for me means that abundance that is earned is on its way to you, wants to come to you. All right. Because you deserve it. Just like the 6 of Wands that showed up for you in your position of work and finance, but it was like upside down. It's like you deserve this stuff. It's right there for you to get, but you got to grab it. You got to grab it. Right? It's not going to like completely just jump into your hand. When we're manifesting something, we got to take those steps. Even prayer, right? The scriptures, for those of us who believe in that, they're all, not just Christian, you know, if you're Jewish, if you're Islamic, you're Muslim, whatever it is, they all say like the prayers without the work is meaningless. It's worthless. It does not do you any good. It's you just talking words and without putting any action behind them. Prayer without works is dead, is what the scriptures say. So you got to do your part. So the 3 of Autumn, something wants to come for you, some sort of abundance. Your most satisfying and profitable career. Also, your relationships and everything, you know, at large too, comes from following your passions, listening to your heart, and doing what brings you joy. Your life purpose is best fulfilled by allowing your talents and true self to shine forth out into the world. So that's what you got to do, Virgo. And of course, the 3 of Autumn, 3s can be representative of what I like to call parties of 3, not necessarily love triangles, but we are talking about love right now. So very possibly a love triangle. Or again, like I said, a third energy, maybe even somebody's mama or something, like getting in the way, some sort of obstacle that's there that we need to address. And we need to decide, again, right? It says listening to your passions, listening to your heart. You're going to have to delve there and figure out what it is you want. And whether you have settled and are tolerating a relationship that's toxic just for the sake of having a mate, whereas you could let that person go and the universe has something better for you, has a Page of Cups waiting for you, right? Has an Ace of Cups waiting for you. Do you want it? Has a 4 of Wands waiting for you. Do you want it? Similarly, the 3 of Spring can be about a party of 3 too, and potentially a love triangle. But more importantly, it tells us that we're in the process of manifesting, right? Like we could have the 4 of Wands. We could have the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands wants us to have it, but we got to grab it. It's right here on the horizon. It's just ahead. May require a little bit of patience because, again, there's some work to be done in between. Stop to take time and to review and make long-term plans, capitalizing upon your past successes. It's appropriate to pat yourself on the back for all of your accomplishments, Virgo. But you may also need some patience for the next phase to play out. And this here is the potential for you to let all of that pass you right on by. Don't do it. 4 of Summer, 4 of Cups. Your responsibilities may distract you from noticing all the gifts that God is presenting to you. All of this. Be open to investigating the opportunities that come your way. the Four of Cups is a card that reminds us of the potential to allow life to pass us by, right? Opportunity to pass us by. Because again, we're holding on too tightly to something that of which we need to let go, like a toxic relationship or a shitty job. Or we're just distracted because we're so focused on what things we want, we don't realize, hey, the universe or God has given me something else, and I'm sure that's going to be better because my mind cannot, is not as vast as the universe, and it can't even conceive the sort of things the universe can bless me with. So let me be open to paying attention to that. That's what the Four of Cups shows up to tell us. So I hope that you guys will do that. We'll, again, investigate, pay attention to the details in a literal sense too, the stuff that's going around you because of that Queen of Swords in reverse. And listen, you can free yourself from all of these restrictive thoughts. If you need help with it, there are free ways. I'm happy to share those free ways with you. For those of you who feel you need something else and are willing to invest in something else, I can help you with those things as well, Virgo, and I'd be happy to. Again, I thank you for watching, for joining me here today, for all the many ways you support me, information to do all of that stuff, the merchandise, my services, my social media, so we can be friends, and all of that will be in the description box, and I'll be back again soon. Namaste.